Hey YouTube, it's Michael W here of itsmichaelw.com, and in today's video I'll be showing you the Otterbox Defender for the Samsung Galaxy S3. As always, I'll have this broken up into a few separate parts. The first thing that I want to show you is the install, but before I actually get into that, I want to address one thing real quick. Now, as you can see here, the Galaxy S3 has a very beautiful, nice, clear display on it. And something that you also may be aware of is that the Otterbox comes with its own plastic screen protector for it. Now, I'm not happy with this screen protector at all, and I had to say that right away. It greatly affects the quality. Now, I didn't want to have it spick and span fresh out of the box. I wanted to simulate real world usage. Now, what I've done is I have some fingerprints on it, and as you would do throughout the day, I went and wiped them off just to give you a real world usage appearance. Left side, you can see screen looks very good. On the right side, might be a little bit hard to pick it up through the camera, but the quality is greatly affected. As it does, it literally looks like it has a plastic protector on top of it. So the screen, it loses a lot of quality. That's one thing I wanted to address real quick. Let's go ahead and complete the install. I already have the front part inserted. Now we'll go ahead with the back. It just snaps on around the edges. Once you get the inner shell inserted, there's also an outer soft shell. And I'll go ahead and snap that on around the edges. Okay, now I'm going to do a complete go around this phone so you can see everything. I'll start with the bottom. And as you can see, your microphone port lines up very nicely there, so there's no loss in call quality or anything like that. And they have actually improved the micro USB port opening or cover. Once you get this tab inserted here, it's very nice quality. So it doesn't come out, it stays put. It's a lot thicker than the previous Otterbox models. Stays put very well. You have that same thing on the top for your headphone port and your other microphone. Lines up again very nicely. And for your headphones, I have various different models and I didn't have any problem getting any of mine to fit there. Same thing with that tab. Once you get it inserted, it'll stay put, nice and flush. Going around to the side, you have the power button that's fully covered, and the same thing with your volume rockers. So basically, once you have the tabs inserted for the micro USB and headphone, other than the microphone openings, the device is pretty much fully covered. Going around to the back of the device, you have your camera, your LED, and your other speaker there. Everything lines up very nicely. You don't get any ghosting in your pictures due to the flash or anything like that. Very nicely aligned. As far as protection, as I just mentioned, the device is completely covered. So it's not really anything left to be exposed. If you were to drop it directly on the face, obviously that screen protector isn't going to, provide any protection from a rock or any rigid object that it may fall on. But as far as a direct drop just like that, you're completely protected. So Otterbox has done great in that respect. It also does come with the belt clip, and this is a complete 360-degree swivel. So however you want to have that aligned, it works. As far as inserting the phone into the case, it can either go inward or you can position it outwards. Another little bonus about this case is what you can actually do is use it as a stand. Once you turn this piece to either side, it does have a tab in the back there that locks it. Once you do that, if you're watching videos or anything like that, you have a built-in stand. I've tried a lot of products, and one thing I will give it to Otterbox on is that their belt clips are very secure and very strong. I've used several of them and I've yet to break one. Regardless of the case, the weak part is usually in that clip, right in that part over there. It'll snap off at some point, and as I've said, I've used it on several different phones. I never had one to break. So I think overall, they're very durable, very solid. It's a good piece of equipment. The only Things that I dislike about this case again is that screen protector, and it's actually annoying to the point that other than going to the gym, going out biking or something like that, I don't use this case. It's just too much of an interference and annoyance for me. It literally looks like you have just like a thick piece of plastic over it, which in essence that is what it is. But there are other shields and screen protectors out there from say Monoprice where it's only say 30 to 40 cents for that shield, but it doesn't interfere as badly. So that alone would make this case not worth it to me. Other thing that I don't necessarily like is that the buttons, they're very hard to press. I've had this case since I believe July 29th, and today is August 27th. I've read on the forums that the buttons are supposed to get softer over time, but that hasn't been the case for me. They're still just as stiff, and you definitely have to use a lot of effort to press the buttons. It's not nothing where it's like, you know, lifting weights or anything to press the button, but, you know, just from using a phone without a case to going to a case, it's at least, I would say, a 300% difference in the effort that it takes to press the buttons. So that's another little annoyance. Overall, would I recommend this case? If you're looking for absolute maximum protection and that's your only interest in having this case, then I would say go for it. If you're someone on the other hand that's looking for great protection, but you also want to actually use your phone for something other than calls, then I can't necessarily say that I recommend this case. That's basically all I wanted to go over in this video. If you have any questions, as always, let me know, and I'll do my best to answer them for you. Any feedback is always welcomed, and look forward for some other videos in the future. Thanks.